Hey guys, welcome back. It is Maverick here, and today we are watching another episode of ReZero Season 2. And not just any episode, it's actually the grand finale for this season. I actually completely lost track of where we are in the season because I follow the full episode format, so like here it says episode 50, not episode 12, but apparently so, right? So, yeah, we are finally getting through with this arc, I guess you could say. And, well, how at this point, we've cleared many of the conditions, right? We've repelled the attack on the mansion. Beatrice is on our side now. Roswaal has basically lost his will to fight. Emilia has passed the trial, so at this point, really, all they need to do is get rid of all these little cute snow bunnies, and then we should be safe, right? And then, of course, for the aftermath, I do hope that we can maybe have a little bit more dialogue in regards to, Echdona, the sanctuary, also what actually happened those several hundred years ago, and then maybe, also learn if Ram is now conscious and fully healed, and, all that sort of good stuff, right? But I don't know. I say it easily, but perhaps in this episode we're going to see some pretty hype moments as well. I certainly hope so. Let's just get into it. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Now you made her shy. No problem at all. I mean, what exactly are you going to do? I love how it sounded really much like Emilia. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for asking the question, Subaru. Huh. So when they say contract, they mean an actual contract between So since Beatrice is a spirit, so that means she signed an actual contract with Subaru here. Okay. Well, that's a pretty useful skill to have, Subaru. Okay. Now he's built a nice little rabbit cage. Is this the equivalent of like an electrified fence? Ooh. Shamrock. Isn't that the same as what, that sort of dark magic? Okay. So basically it turns them against each other. Huh. Even more so than that. They're just gone. Holy crap. Hopefully you didn't send them to the library, girl. Oh, yay, Ram's okay. Subaru. Oh, we're already in the aftermath? Hey. I mean, we can argue and we can argue particulars all we want, but somehow, I always have some suspicion here. Yeah, I thought that was kind of obvious. I mean, I'm surprised that only now you've noticed, Beatrice. Uh, okay. What about the last one? We're still missing one though. Huh. Oh, finally face reveal or something? No, still not. Huh? Is that really all? Hmm? I don't. Is that really all that different from the Ekidona that we know of? And if anything, since Roswaal has shown his ability to do something like this, couldn't Ekidona have done something uh, as well? Similar? Hmm. We'll see. Hmm. I'll have to like go through each. I guess the eyes looked a little bit different. Our relationship. Huh? What? Huh? Oh wait, does she think that kissing makes a baby or something stupid like that? Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, now that we cleared that up. And really, I think more than anything else, it depends on Roswell. What is that? Why is it like an eagle there? That logo really reminds me a lot of some other things. Ah, the bet that he had with Subaru? I'm just waiting for them to get over this. Okay. Oh, Amelia has? Alright, alright. Can we start getting some information from him now? No? No information? The heck? Anna Rosie? This girl? Okay. Alright. So again, what happened to the Emilia? Sorry, to the Echidna that Subaru and Emilia met? I mean, I do. I guess again, last episode I talked about how it might be a result of. I remember Echidna saying that she's gonna put some spells on them so that they can't remember about Echidna, right? Hmm. Is this really something to cry about? Kind of out of order, but hey, look at that. I was just about to say that. Man, that outfit really hugs Amelia's curves really well, doesn't it? Later, as in how much later? This definitely has. Uh huh. Why do I sense so many warning flags going off right now? Her past. Hmm. So are we really just gonna have? Uh, are we really just gonna have a direct happy ending here? Okay. So have a dance here. All right. Oh, really? Or you're just going for the happy ending here, eh? All right. Well, I say that, but huh. Now let's just go. Let's just look till the end, right? All right. Poor Garfield has to drink juice. Hey, it's Rem and Ram. I do wonder how they're going to. I guess by defeating the one who put her in this place in the first place, in the state in the first place. Rem, I'm talking about. And if I were to venture a guess, this young daughter here probably is going to play a major role, or at least a larger than minor role in the future. A repeat role, let's just say. How would she call it? Anne Mary or something like that? Mary Ann? Huh. We really just end like this. Okay. End on a positive note, I see. Well, see you guys after this. Alright, guys, looks like we end on a very positive note here. I guess similar to Season 1, we're supposed to end these series on a positive note, right? But I was wondering if, since, they've already been willing to do a second season and whatnot, and considering that I think a third season is inevitable, that maybe they will do something like foreshadow things to come immediately right here, right? But apparently no, so I guess things are still undetermined, but definitely that entire ending conversation there with Subaru and Emilia had me thinking like there are a lot of flags going on, right? Event flags, which is that, basically I'm thinking that Subaru's not really going to get his alone time with Emilia in her bedroom talking about these important matters because something else, another important event will probably come and disrupt all this, and so we gotta go through the entire process again, right? Something of that sort. But Anyways, it is nice to see all of them having a nice little ending there to them. Of course, all the main characters for this particular season. Although, all things considered, though, I am very disappointed in the fact that we did not actually go through, pick Roswell's brains out a little bit more and really get down to what actually happened in the past. What are all the steps that Roswell took to try and complete this particular do these particular things that he did, right? What are the other potential enemies that they are going up against? What are the is there any more information on the witches cult and whatnot? What are the witches? I think like all of this information is actually really, really relevant, and I can't believe that, it's one thing to have that entire setting there where they're going like, yeah, we can't forgive you, okay, I forgive you, all that sort of stuff, right? That's not, I mean, I guess that's necessary, but that's not really the part I'm interested in. I'm more interested in, all right, fine, we've accepted the situation, Roswell is still going to be part of the team, to regain our trust. Tell us everything that you know, blah, 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 right? Because then we can really because out of all these people here, he is the only one who is really knowledgeable about everything that's happened in 400 years in the past, all the way up to now, how things came to be this way, and so on and so forth, right? Like Beatrice, was in her forbidden library for like the past 400 years. She doesn't know what's happening in the outside world, and same goes for the others as well, for grandma, and so on and so forth. She's always been stuck in a sanctuary. How does she know what anything's going on? So Roswell is the only linkage that we have, right? The only one who has lived throughout all these 400 years and really knew of the witches or even their predecessors all the way back then, all the way up to now, right? So I wish they would have, I guess potentially they do. It's just that, in order to wrap things up for this season, they decided to really cut that out, and then maybe we'll learn more of it in the next season if there is one, right? But I don't know. I was really bummed about all that compared to, all that can't really forgive you, that kind of thing. I really wanted them to start digging deeper into the past and then understanding about all this other stuff and so on and so forth, right? As it stands, at this point, we're still not left any much wiser than we were, a few episodes ago, right? At this point, I think everything that we can know has remained the same. And finally, we do have the face reveal of Echidna. I certainly can't tell the difference. I don't think they're it's another person or whatnot. I mean, I guess her features do feel a bit softer. She does seem a little bit more loving and caring, a little bit more positive, if you will, rather than the current Echidna that we know of. But, that's really that kind of ties into what I was talking about a few episodes ago, where I feel like there has been a personality shift between the Echidna, that Roswaal and Beatrice know of, versus the Echidna that Subaru and Emilia know of, right? So, what's caused that shift? Well, there could be various reasons, right? Like, one obvious one would be, hey, Roswaal certainly changed throughout these 400 years, the years digging at him and whatnot. Gia's changed, right? His heart was broken, his mentality was broken, and he got corrupted, I guess you could say. So who's to say that it can't happen to Echidna as well, right? I certainly think that's a possibility. So that's one explanation, right? It's just some gradual curse that she had on her, or just through the passage of time and whatnot, being tainted in such a situation, if you will. So that's one thing that I think is possible by I obviously the more easy explanation is still that the current Echidna is the Echidna that these two know of, right? The same Echidna in the past. There could also potentially be some way that Echidna managed to continue her life, even though she's supposedly sacrificed here, considering that we see Roswaal is using the various forbidden arts and magics that Echidna taught him, or rather her works, her teachings, her library gave to him. So who's to say that Echidna can't do something similar as well, right? So that would be the kind of obvious solution here. The second one is obviously that is I guess another very popular guess, which is that this current Echidna that Subaru and Emilia know about is perhaps an imposter. I don't know. I don't really I don't really buy into that particular theory, and it's really hard to know at this point because I assume that once again Ekidona sort of casts some magic on Subaru and Emilia so that they don't remember any of their encounters with Ekidona, right? Especially considering that they later looked at the person, in the coffin and whatnot and didn't mention anything. So I think my theory from last episode or 2 episodes past was correct. It's more of a fact that they were simply cast some spells on so that they don't remember anything here, and it's still actually supposed to be the same person, because obviously if they know about it, then they would be like, why is this person we know of this Ekidona, right? So that entire thing and whatnot. And this actually kind of ties into another, another thing that happened in, during the tea parties and during Emilia's meeting with the other witches and whatnot, which definitely has me thinking a little bit. What if, and this is kind of like an off branch of the second, the imposter theory here, which I feel, it is still plausible, and that is, what if, like, through some kind of freak accident or some intentional act, the witches actually switched their souls around, right? So the one currently residing in Ekidona's body might not exactly be Ekidona. The one residing in, all the others, the stem of this comes from, people saying that the other witch, the one with justice and whatnot, I kind of forgot her name, is apparently Emilia's mother, right? Like, I don't buy into that theory, but it is quite popular with a lot of people, especially considering, and I can kind of see why there is this theory, considering her reactions to Emilia and whatnot. So potentially it could be a case where all the souls were kind of switched around, doing a switcheroo, and then so some are being blamed for things that they didn't do, right? It's part of this huge weird misunderstanding that spanned through centuries and whatnot, and kind of affects the world and all, but really it's as simple as that. It was their souls kind of switching around from their various bodies and vessels and whatnot. So who knows, right? But I do think that this is potentially another theory that could explain a lot of the weirdness of the situation that we have here, and would also help reconcile a lot of the the contradictions, I guess you could say, in regards to how various people view the witches, the witches' own dialogues that we know of, and so on and so forth, right? So that's another fun little thing to take note of. Lastly, what else to talk about for this episode? Well, I guess Beatrice, being a great spirit, so apparently she has officially signed a contract with Subaru now, so Beatrice is Subaru's spirit, right? So I guess you could also call Subaru a spirit user, in addition to being a knight now. Really getting a lot of accolades and titles here, aren't we? It's kind of interesting to me that Beatrice can exist indefinitely in her actual form compared to Puck. Don't know like what's up with that. Maybe it's because she has more advanced magic, a question mark. But anyways, once again, this is probably something that we'll get into at a later date. If there is a new season, then maybe we can explore that part a little bit more, right? But hey, at this point, at the very least, we see that Subaru has gotten some actual abilities now, right? Being contracted with a spirit, I think obviously beyond directly just utilizing her powers, I do think there's a sort of like two-way connection there as well, and all that good stuff, right? But which unfortunately we're not going to get into too much for this season, for this episode, but hopefully something in the future. So, I think that's pretty much it, right? I don't really, the entire Roswaal situation and whatnot, I don't really have too much to comment on. If you guys have been following me so far, you probably know that, I more or less do kind of sympathize with Roswaal's, what Roswaal did and whatnot. I absolutely believe he's an integral part to the plan to put Emilia on the throne, and one of the crucial key members that can help solve this entire situation and whatnot. So a little bit more leeway here, right? I know it's kind of hard to explain. It's just that I kind of really like Roswaal as a character, including the things that he does and whatnot. But hey, I'm attracted to Ram as well, so I guess there is a running thing going on here. He's definitely misguided, and obviously it's great that some sense has been knocked into him, but more or less, I want to, compared to anything else, I just want to pick his brains out and, really understand what's actually going on here, and so on and so forth, right? And once again, without Roswaal, Amelia probably wouldn't be here. Subaru probably wouldn't be here. A lot of these people here wouldn't be here. So, take it as you will, right? You built up a lot, you destroyed all of it, and now, you can only start from zero once again, build back that trust, build back, everything that you've done to people, and continue to earn your goodwill, right? So anyways, thank you guys. This has been a hype season. I think I really got into ReZero now, for this, because of this part, because of this season. It's definitely a lot more hype to me than season 1 or even part 1 of this season. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for me. Unfortunately, we didn't really get into too much. We didn't really get to answer a lot of the questions, but I feel like enough has been revealed already that's really got me hyped, right? Like these are the things I live for. Obviously, the fight scenes and whatnot are great as well. I love that sort of interaction with Elsa in the last episode, or was that 2 episodes past? Or anyways, that part. But really, the thing that I'm mostly intrigued by is, what happened in the past, all the witches, and what exactly kind of story are we seeing here, right? I still have my suspicions about Emilia. I still have my suspicions about Subaru, and how this entire story came to be. But I guess that is a topic for another time, for another place. Anyways, thank you guys for watching me, and feel free to check out my other series. I'll be putting out like what I'm going to watch for the for the spring season in perhaps next week as the season dies down. So be sure to check that out. Hopefully I can see you guys again. If not, well, hopefully I will see you guys whenever there is season 3 announced and you guys decide to come back. So adios guys, bye bye.